Family Guy Season 10, Episode 3 is the worst episode of Family Guy I've ever fucking seen. Family Guy's had a long history of okay TV and then a really, really long history of bad TV. And this doesn't really fit into either category because it's just so out of the normal realm of Family Guy and it's so weird and out of touch and doesn't know what it's talking about or what it's trying to do. And it hits you the wrong way. Quick recap of the episode, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So they go to find Quagmire, and they go to his house, and they find that Quagmire has been...
Oh my god! He must have autoerotically asphyxiated himself!
That's right, autoerotically asphyxiating himself. So he's all passed out, and they cut him down, and then they take him to the hospital where his sister shows up with the boyfriend who hits her. For about 15 minutes, the episode just plays out where he abuses her, and then another character has like a comment about it. And then another scene happens where he'll do the same thing, and then another character will have a comment about it, or they'll talk to her about how abuse is bad. They do an intervention, and Quagmire gives a whole speech about how she's less than a person now because she gets abused. And then we get to the end of the episode, and they try to kill him. They lure him into a forest to kill him. He knocks out Peter and Joe, and then Quagmire and him go deeper into the woods where they have a little fight, and Quagmire saves the day because the abusive boyfriend thinks he choked Quagmire out, but it turns out that since
Autoerotically asphyxiated himself!
He is immune to being choked out and then brutally slams him into a tree with a car. I know it sounds like I skipped a lot of stuff in that episode. I promise you, if you cut out 18 minutes of that episode, that's what it is. That's all it is. There's nothing in the middle. There's barely anything in the beginning. And then the end is just they murder a man. So during the scene when they're all gathered around the campfire preparing to kill the boyfriend, all three of them have a pump shotgun, and then he finds out about the plan and rolls up with a double barrel shotgun, which also has a pump on it. And I don't understand why they went through the effort of making two different models for the shotguns and still getting the double barrel one wrong. I don't understand that, because it takes time and effort to do something like that, and they still didn't get it right. Kind of a metaphor for the whole episode is that it takes time and effort and a lot and money to make something like this, and it's just a huge weird mess, and no one thought along the way maybe we should scrap this idea and try a new one. They just ran with it. And then the next episode is just a normal episode. So what's the point of all this? Why make this episode? Why talk about this episode? Why do any of this? I've never seen anyone bring this episode up ever. No one on Twitter, no one's ever posted anything about it, no one's ever said anything about it. The first time I've heard other people talk about this is the reviews on IMDb for this episode. And like I said, half of them are sort of positive toward the episode. But to me, it's kind of like one of those scary kids shows that you used to watch and you barely remember, but every now and then you'll catch like a glimpse of it and you'll kind of have a flashback and a memory of what it was like to watch that as a kid, like Tales from the Crypt for me. You know, most people didn't really watch that as a kid, but if Tales from the Crypt comes on, I kind of get scared still, even though it's basically just goosebumps. This is the same kind of thing for me. It's an artifact that is lost to time. And I want to talk about it, even though there's very little substance and not much to really even say about it other than how weird and gross it is. I want to remind people that this episode happened and how fucked up and weird it is. Because it is fucked up and weird. And I don't get it. And I don't like it. I don't think you should like it either.